Welcome back to Loren the Amazon Princess, everyone. We are here in the camp. We are collecting personal character quests right now. We have Amukiki, Dora, Draco, and Polymesho, so we're going to continue with these 5, and also, of course, romance people as much as we can. And yeah, just get everyone's personal quests. Dora, look off to ya, or is it just me? I was going to ask you the same thing. She looks troubled. Yeah. She's been acting strange since we left the Amazon place, looking all distant. Eleanor nodded, but she already knew what was bothering her. You know what? Those blue elves? I think my cart was attacked by them. Really? Yeah, I was going to trade with the elf cities, but bandits attacked me. Now that I think about it, it was dark elves. That's a serious claim. Are you sure? You don't just mistake someone for a blue elf. That's not a very nice thing to say. What? I'm not saying all dark elves are bandits. Uh-huh. Hey, you elf. Are you talking to me? Fine, go on, forget it. No, what did you want? I said you can go on. You're not the right person for this. For what? Now I'm interested. I just had a personal problem is all. Dora? No, blast, it's family stuff. Oh, what's the problem? My stinking brother. Weasel's running the family into the ground. Since he's technically my elder, he's the head of it all, but he's got mush for a man, I tell ya. There ain't a coin to our name no more. It's about time I take the family stones away from him. Family stones? What? Ain't you heard of family gems? They're the pride of dwarven houses. The head dwarf maintains a family gem to keep record of our accomplishments. I've never heard about that. How do you keep records on a stone? All kinds of ways. It's like those family crests some people have, symbols and such. Because of marriage, houses sometimes get a lot of gems. Bastard Cadris has the slimy hands on all of them, and he don't care how I was tarnishing them. Time for me to be a head dwarf, don't you say? Alright, let's go talk to your brother. Rama's personal quest. Max is getting restless. Oh yeah, did we talk to him all? Yes, we did. And Draco. Yeah, I don't think they have anything new when you get the personal quest. Okay. Loren. We should be focused on our battle with Cruel. I am working on it, ma'am. Eleanor walked up to Loren and stood by her side next to the fire. Loren tilted her head slightly in recognition. What? Eleanor had grown used to standing beside Loren like her personal servant, yet even as her second-in-command, she still found her way to her side. I'm sorry? You came over to me for no reason? Her words were practically bitter, and Eleanor couldn't understand why. She had never questioned her habit of keeping near her before. Yes. Why do you ask? We are not friends. Eleanor choked back a reaction. She had never once thought that they weren't. Why was Loren so sensitive to their relationship all of a sudden? Did she mean to remind her that she was her servant? But you're better off wasting your spare time with someone who's capable of being fun to be around. Eleanor relaxed, but was flooded with pity. Loren? Go. Spend time with someone else. I allow you. She turned and finally flashed her a pair of strict eyes, but even that could not mask the waver in her voice. No, thank you. Loren winced, not expecting that response. She wasn't sure how to handle this scenario at all. Fine. Waste your free time. It's not mine, so I don't care. She turned back to the fire and crossed her arms. They were silent and could only hear each other's breathing mixed with the flicker of the flames. Eleanor tried to make sense of Loren in the following quiet. She was trying to push her away, but saying it was for her own benefit. Why would she not want to spend time with Loren? Why did she think that she was incapable of being fun? Loren was a remarkable person to stand in battle with, and that was suddenly the strongest memory that Eleanor had while staring at her back. In battle, she was a masterful artist with a blade. It was almost as if she was dancing. It was clear that Loren took combat very seriously, and Eleanor realized that she did too when she was with her. Fighting side by side was the easiest and most rewarding combat she had partaken in. And after the battle, the way Loren would look over at her, lock eyes, and give her a nod, it was why she was standing next to her at that moment. When they were fighting together, they were friends. They had entire conversations and debates just by trading glances in the heat of battle. Loren was not a princess, and she was not a servant. And that mentality was now leaking into reality. But why couldn't it be reality? The troops are training up nicely, thanks to your help. Loren grunted, followed by a long silence. I think we will win this war. Loren stood up suddenly. I will retire for the night. Oh, yes, ma'am. She left Loren alone, just as the sky cracked a roll of thunder. In the rain, she felt truly disconnected from Loren. Why do the Amazons have slaves? If they are so capable, why need anyone else to do work? Loren glared at Eleanor for insinuating a flaw in her culture. Amazons are capable women, but they cannot be everywhere at once. If we were infinite in number, only Amazons would inherit this world. But as it stands, only half of our children are so made. Mistress, I think you're being too harsh on mankind. Excuse me? You could have easily been born a man. How would you feel tossed into a slave pen just because of that? Loren went rigid, as if she was too mad to move. Eleanor, come here. Yes, ma'am? It has come to my attention that I will be inheriting my mother's throne much sooner than I anticipated. I believe you are ready, your highness. Do not patronize me. If I claimed the throne at this moment, I would be the youngest queen in our history. I found my mother so that she could continue her reign, not... Loren sighed and rubbed her temples. What I mean to ask you was your help in this matter. My mother has requested that I perform the trial of queens as soon as possible. Trial of queens? What is that? You do not know? Good. I was unaware of it as well. It's reserved only for princesses who inherit their mother's throne, rather than dethroning the queen in a duel. Amazon queens must earn the favor of their people through great feats, so a trial was invented to test our strength. There is a ruling quarry within the mountain under the citadel. I must fight my way through the caverns to prove my worthiness. How might I help you with this, if this is your trial? I'm allowed a servant. I choose you. I'm honored, your majesty. I don't know what to expect in the underbelly of the citadel, so do not consider it an honor yet. We should perform this task as soon as we can make route to the citadel. Loren's personal quest, yeah. Oh yeah, look at all the personal quests, and we have 3 people left. Hey ho. Right, Karen? Have you learned all you can about our enemy yet? I'm still looking into it. Do you have any ideas? Yes. Ask someone else for ideas. Yes, Majesty. Your Highness. You may speak freely. In the audience chamber, you had said that you considered the humans and the elves stupid. Do you really think that? Karen's face dropped in disbelief. I said that? Eleanor nodded. That does sound unforgivable. I'm used to little outside of the citadel. I adapt well, but there are some delicacies of speech I have to learn. I'm used to speaking to Amazons only. But you are correct. Now that all the cultures must come together, I cannot speak so disparagingly about other cultures, especially of the race of elves. You are a very wondrous elf. Wondrous? I have been curious about you since you took me from the swamps. My daughter trusted you with her life, and she speaks to you openly, though she had never done so with any Amazon. Your loyalty to her is sincere. Eleanor bowed from being honored. Absolutely. So I do not think you are stupid. Eleanor smiled and looked up at Karen again. You are quite wise to save me from performing my last rites. And brave. I did as anyone would have done. Karen reached out and took Eleanor's hand and faced it palm up. A light scar was stretched across it from when Eleanor cut her hand on the sword Karen was going to use to kill herself. I look at the scar with shame. but I want you to look at it with great esteem. Show it to anyone who dares challenge you, and they will quake in fear." Karen traced the scar with a soft finger before letting go, causing Eleanor to shiver. Queen Karen! Majesty, I couldn't help but notice. Continue. When I was serving back at the Citadel, I was given the honor of seeing you fight in an armed battle. It was one of the greatest fights I'd ever seen. And yet, when I see you battle now... Say it. You are not fighting as fiercely as you did back then. Karen drew in a long breath. I believe you're right. That's all you have to say about it? I know you're stronger than this. We're counting on you. You think I'm not doing the best that I can? That my age has rendered my spear arm useless? Which insult is it? You know what? I'm not even gonna apologize. I meant what I said. I'm sorry that I've offended you, but I know you are better than this. Karen's eyes flared wide, staring down Eleanor. You speak your mind too boldly. Eleanor slunk back, afraid of invoking her queen's vengeance. You are small, but you have the voice of an Amazon. Eleanor blinked. Karen's anger slowly dissipated. I see why my daughter favors you. Karen's eyes roved Eleanor before she turned slightly away, signaling that their conversation was over. Ho 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 ho, Queen Karen! What? Eleanor, good. You are who I wanted to see. What can I do for you? As you know, my daughter will become queen within the season. I want her to be a great queen, even greater than me. I've failed my mother's heritage, but Loren can restore it. I want to bestow a warrior's gift upon her to help her in her reign, as my mother did for me. What kind of gift do you mean? I do not know if you share our Amazon religion, but we worship the Amazons that have come before us. They are our great mothers. If I could give Loren a relic of a great mother, she would be destined to join their ranks. I request your arm in battle to help me retrieve one. Where would we find such a relic? I've thought about this for some time. There are high tales of an Amazon warrior and her weapon. She ended a bloody battle with a mighty Chizulu, dooming the land to rejoin the ocean. Her weapon broke an entire land, and I will settle for no less for my Loren. I understand. When shall we look for it? Whenever we may slip away unnoticed to the ruins past the unforgiving swamps. Karen's personal quest! Two left. Is there no way we can solve the problem at Horus without violence? It's unlikely. I was afraid of that. Do you have any ideas? Shouldn't we try to appeal to them first? If they are not all demons, they have something else driving them. There has to be a way to get them to leave without fighting them at all. Yeah, show them the cruel is not a good leader. Why exactly were the Dark Elves exiled from the forest? Their blood causes the forest great pain, and because I speak for the forest, I feel her pain, to ensure that I see it stopped. That means that the Dark Elves cannot live amongst the elves of the forest. What is it about her blood that hurts the trees? They are part demon. In their veins flows the death of the demons, like the ones never burn. They are not like other elves. Part demon? That's terrifying. I am not surprised the forest rejects them. So you see. But are they evil people? The question took Mirth off guard. Well, they are kin to demons. But are they all bad? Cruel? Criminal? Every time a dark elf shows himself to us, it is to inflict harm. It is to steal our things, kidnap our children, or murder our leaders. Good or evil is up to you to decide. All I know is that they cannot live among us. That is all I can say about it. Eleanor, may I ask for your aid in something very important?
Of
Of course you do. Yes, of course. What's wrong? Well, it is a matter of the forest. A certain tribe is harvesting more than they should be. It is throwing off the balance of the forest with damage that will take hundreds of years to mend. What is this tribe doing? Why? It is the tribe of Farshade in the eastern trees. They are logging trees beyond their allowance. As for the reason, I hope there's an explanation other than greed. The elders have sent word that they are to stop, but they have not done so. Their local druid should have kept this from happening, so I am worried that something has happened to her. We will get to the bottom of this. You're willing to help me? Thank you. I was worried about facing the tribe alone. You have been a good ally in battle, so I've asked you first. Please let me know when it is most convenient for you that we travel. Mirth's personal request. Alright, Ray? That barbarian that the general described? Yes, what about him? I know him, actually. Not simply know of him? Not quite. He was once a sword for hire. The elves often recruit mercenaries to help escort caravans outside of the forest. I take it you are a mercenary too? I remember this barbarian Cruel, because he had the most garish scar across his face. He was a one-eyed swordsman, and that fascinated me. He is blind in one eye? Precisely, but that is no disadvantage. He is a complete master in battle. Actually, I fear what the world would be like if you had a full pair. You have a familiar gleam in your eyes. Why are you so interested in him? There is much to admire about him. What's worth even more admiration is the masterful elf that manages to take him down. He is another challenge for you. But it is more than him simply being an obstacle to conquer. I have not yet finished my story. I and the other mercenaries were escorting a caravan to Hammerhands, but we were ambushed. The troubling thing that Cruel is that he did not fend off the ambushers. Instead, when it was clear that some carts would be captured, he switched sides completely. What? He set up that ambush? Believe it or not, I don't think so. He fought as many bandits as he did mercenaries in that day. I think he just saw an opportunity to take advantage of the situation. If you ask me, that is typical barbaric behavior. But he has no mercy in him. The workers are in the habit of surrendering their goods in exchange for their lives. Cruel took both. Oh, someone is out on the road. Eleanor was disgusted. A warrior who does not accept someone's surrender is honorless. But she did learn that Cruel would take advantage of a situation if it presented itself. Was it my turn to patrol tonight, or was it yours? It was my turn? Ah, I see, my mistake. Ray turned to leave, satisfied in their small conversation. It prickled Eleanor for him to act so normally around her all of a sudden, especially after their dispute. That's it? Yes, why? Eleanor laughed nervously. She knew she was ridiculous for pointing this out. Sorry. I'm just surprised you've given up trying to impress me. Oh, I see. You think I'm enamored with you. No, I've given up on you as you wanted. It's really not in my interest to keep hunting an unwilling prey. Eleanor's mouth twisted from being referred to as prey. Yes. Well, it's for the best. I'll say. All this time I've been blind to the true beauty in this camp. True beauty? Who... I like this as Ray. I mean, this is clearly Eleanor speaking. True beauty? Who... Ray took a step to the side to reveal Loren warming her hands by the campfire. A majestic woman. And dangerous. Just how I like them. Eleanor felt a shooting sensation in her stomach. And then a sudden fear for Ray's life. Are you honestly suggesting what I think you are? Why? Don't you agree that Loren is the only worthy lover for me? She is an Amazon. So? You doubt I can seduce her? Yeah. I don't think Loren is your type. How naive. He winked and headed straight for the fire. Straight for Loren. Save him, let him go. I kinda wanna let him go. But if I save him, do I get... No. You know what? Screw you! Eleanor slapped her forehead with her hand. He's going to die. He's really going to kill himself. Sure enough, Ray directly approached Loren and started speaking with her. Eleanor was too fearful to go anywhere near the impending carnage. She could only watch Ray smirk and present himself to Loren, who didn't look at him until far into his rambling. But when she did look at him, her eyes were ablaze as if she was prepared to battle. A swift kick of her boot knocked the unshakable Ray to the ground. It was clear that his seduction was over, and it failed. Utterly. Oh my god, I'm so glad I did not save him from that. It seemed like Ray had to bargain for his own life, and Mirth arrived by his side to help Loren calm down and put away her sword. Eventually she did, but it was clear that it took a lot of effort on her part. Ray was probably too embarrassed to mention this incident with Eleanor after that, but she was comfortable in the knowledge that she was right. It's rather bothering that when I haven't killed anything in a while. Oh. Should I have saved him? Now he doesn't want to give me his personal quest. Oh, actually I don't care. Okay, I would have liked to have his personal quest, but like... Nah. Frankly... No. Alright, I want to go do everyone's personal quest before we continue with the storyline. Ho 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 ho. Draco's quest. We need Draco and Eleanor. Okay. Well, I guess boom. Eleanor found Draco in camp to remind him that she was going to leave for Horus soon. Instead, she found Draco's twin sister? How do I look? Am I a pretty piece of work or what? No, it was only Draco with 2 apples in his top and a flower in his hair. What are you doing? It's my disguise. An apple slipped down out of his robe, leaving him with only 1. No. Well, what else can I do? You already said no to the mustache. I've said no to you coming with me, period. But I want to. You asked me to do this because you couldn't. What's the point if you come too? You do need me to go, don't you? Yes! That's why I'm going with a disguise. Eleanor plucked the flower out of Draco's hair, and the mage pouted harder. I'm leaving now. Eleanor turned and left the sulking mage at the camp. She crossed the plains to reach Horus, an imperial city of magic. The Magic Academy was the centerpiece of the city and the seat of power for its leaders. As Eleanor walked through the streets, she saw how much the city had come to depend on magic. Everyday objects were animated, signs were glittering, and potion shops were on every corner. Eleanor pushed through the city and into the grand halls of the Magic Academy. Wizards of all ages were walking with haste to their destinations. After a moment of awe, Eleanor approached an ebony desk to get oriented. Excuse me, I am here on behalf of a mage that used to attend here. I need to collect his belongings. Their name? Draco Firestarter. Wizard stopped what he were doing, and stared at Eleanor like she was from another world. And you are? His cousin. The receptionist looked at Eleanor up and down. You're an, Eleanor could tell that she was hung up on her being an elf. That won't be a problem, will it? Just a second, please. Eleanor was abandoned at the desk as the wizard rushed off down the hall to get someone. Excuse me, but did you say the Draco Firestarter? Eleanor turned around and almost had a heart attack. Draco? Pish posh, I'm his uncle. I said don't come. And that disguise is awful. You'll be spotted. Be into the style now. You're going to look weird with that one, actually. What is that? Is that animal hair? Yes, it's sort of scratchy. A man? Eleanor was startled again. She turned around to see a grumpy dwarf wizard looking disapprovingly at her. I am Master Howell, the head professor. You said you were Derry's cousin? Derry? And who is that? His uncle. I mean, my father? My father. Draco averted his eyes and looked around the room as Master Howell inspected him. We weren't aware he had family. Or at least family that was willing to admit it. Well, here we are. I see. Follow me. Howell guided them through the halls. Open doors revealed young magicians practicing alchemy and chanting spells. I don't know what you want with the mage's possessions. He had only his academy-issued robes and some toys. Illegal toys, mind you. We do not permit that kind of frivolity. Not even for kids? But, I heard he also had a pendant with him. No, I would have known of that. Unauthorized jewelry is also forbidden. And it looks like we're in the swamps. Master Howell abruptly turned into a storage room. You'll find a box with his name somewhere here. Thank you. But Howell was out of the room and the door was slammed shut before she could finish. Eleanor was taken aback by how callous the professor had been. What's the matter with him? Typical him. I hated him so much, which was okay because he hated me too. Alright, here I am. Draco opened his box and flipped through his things. As Howell had said, only his robes and some toys were inside. Anything? It's not here. Do you think it was stolen? Yeah, maybe. Maybe by wart-faced Mr. Howell. I meant by a student. Do you really think he would take it? Draco went to open the door, but he couldn't. Uh-oh. It's not opening. What's wrong? Maybe it's stuck. No, it's locked. See? I told you he was evil! Draco ripped his fake beard off. He knew it was me and locked me in here. That's ridiculous. Why would he want to lock you in a room, even if he knew it was you? I told you he hated me! What did you do to him? Why do you have to ask that like I deserved it? He hated me because I was me, that's all. A sudden explosion rocked the entire academy. Eleanor and Draco froze. They could hear mass panic on the other side of the door. What was that? What's wrong? I don't know, but I know we have to get out of here. Draco shot a burst of flame at the door and turned it into ash. They could now see young children fleeing down the hall. They stepped out and saw what they were running from. Oh, demons! How thoughtful. Well, at least I have Draco. I'm hoping that's good. Actually, I'll do this first. Ow! I think he dies anyways? No, he does not. Because why would he? Holy moly. Heal yourself. Yeah, you defend yourself. Good luck. No, you need to heal yourself. Heal yourself again. Alright, Draco. I sit. And he's healing himself again. You need to heal yourself. Why are you defending yourself? What? I mean, it's okay for me. I mean, I don't really care, but, okay. I did put it on normal, didn't I? Pretty sure I did. What are demons doing here? So these accidents didn't stop happening after I left. Figured. You call this an accident? Screams for help kept them from conversing. They rushed to the aid, I presume, of some mage children. Okay, I gotta just check this. Yeah, I'm on normal. Okay, cool. Alright. Oh my gosh, we have a dragon. Oh, that is awesome. That is awesome. Oh my gosh.
Try this on for size.
Thank you. Oh, crap. No, never mind. Oh, yes. Stop, 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 stop.
I don't like it.
Okay, no more. No more. Level up. Amaze beans, you don't need any strength. What do you... Actually, will. Yeah, you need will. Yeah. Okay. I'd like... Yeah. Thank you, Draco? Hello. Teacher gathered the children silently and ushered them away with a sideways look. No one seems happy that you are here. I don't care, I'm happy I got to leave. More screams. Where are the demons coming from? We need to stop them. A team of black-robed wizards rushed through the hall with great purpose. Who are they? They're the people that get called when stuff like this happens. And it happens. A lot. Really? Magic can be really dangerous if done wrong, but they had us doing 10th tier magic while we were still wetting our beds. Master Wardfire said these accidents were motivations to study hard and do stuff perfectly all the time. It's not enough that the kids who messed up might get killed, but they have to expel him too. Is that what happened to you? You made a mistake like this? Doesn't matter because they were looking for a reason to kick me out anyway. They only kept me that long because... Well, seeing this type of chaos and dare in the same place are not unfamiliar to me in the least. It's Draco. What's your tongue when you speak to your elders? Yes, sir. Wait, I don't go there anymore. I don't have to listen to you. My pen was in the box, by the way. Did you take it? Mr. Howell contorted his face in anger. How dare you accuse me of something so petty? Master! A group of teenage mages were fighting off demons and losing. A horrible beast led the demons with frightening cunning. It used the power of telekinesis to separate the wizards from their staffs. The mages were left defenseless without their training staffs. I have him! The wizard dwarfs charged forwards and unleashed a mighty slew of spells, but the telekinetic demon was still standing. Master Howell's staff was also flung away. The children whimpered in fear. The professors formed a human shield around them. Come and get me! Draco ran forward and distracted the demons. They took the bait, so Eleanor haphazardly did the same, even though she wasn't sure if they could handle so many demons by themselves. The telekinetic demon was confused with Draco for a moment, which allowed them their first advantage. Whoa! Oh, she leveled! Therefore, I have full everything. Yes. Alright, I really need to work on my ice spell.
Try this on for size.
Maybe I should actually do that fire spell just to get him burnt. Ah, he was not burnt. Of course not. Oh, that's restore. I thought I was doing healing. Oh, never mind. That's awesome. That is perfect.
I hope this is slightly uncomfortable.
Come on, let us win. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Try this on for size.
You! god, you freaking serious? I really need to work on the ice spell.
Try this on for size.
Well, actually, he doesn't have any... Oh, if you defend yourself, you get back. Oh. He doesn't have enough to heal himself. Oh, what? Now he did. Come on, come on, come on. Defending himself again. Oh, come on, we can do this. Actually, I'm just gonna kill him. Sorry. But seriously. The battle was fierce, but all demons were slain. The students started whispering to each other about Draco and how amazing he was. He saved us. Master Howl huffed and rolled his eyes, but Draco allowed himself a moment to feel appreciated for once. You're welcome, you're welcome. He made fire from his hands! How does he do that? This man is one of the few blessed with superior magical talent. He does not need a staff or scepter to bend magic to his will. Children's jaws dropped in unison. I had no idea. Is that true? If they say so, I've always been this way. Looks like we should be showing you our gratitude instead of our scorn. Looks like. Don't get cocky, young man. That was all the Master Wizard said before leaving to take care of the mess that had been made. Perhaps we should leave? Without my lucky charm? Now is not the best time. Alright. Draco dragged his feet as they made their way to the exit. Just before they reached it, something shiny dropped from the ceiling. They stared at it a moment, and then Draco rushed to pick it up. No way! Don't tell me that's... Draco put it around his neck with a wide grin. It is. I don't believe it. But how... Luck. No, really. They both looked up and saw nothing but a hanging banner. Oh. That's right. What? It got thrown up there by some... friends. Friends, huh? And I forgot to go get it. So Master Howl didn't steal it. Draco flushed and looked away. I think you owe someone an apology. I'm ready to go now. You received a lucky charm! Can we put that on our... It's been a rough day for all of them. Most of them just want to sit by the campfire for a hot meal and then go to sleep, Eleanor included. However, their food had run completely out the day before and they were too busy with their tasks to gather more. This was not what I wanted to do, game. Literally not what I wanted to do. Loren called over Eleanor. Arrange for a gathering party, or else the weak-willed of us will apparently starve. So hungry. It's only been one day. I will begin a hunt immediately. I think I saw some berry bushes in the woods. That will not feed us. They both looked at Amukiki as he made himself part of the conversation. Eleanor was less welcoming, as usual. And what would you suggest? There are fish in the lake. How would we even catch the fish? I don't understand, though we always catch fish, with a spear. That was, unfortunately, something that Eleanor hadn't been taught, nor even seen, thanks to her days in the Citadel. Berries keep for much longer, and anyway, not everyone is trained in spearfishing, so we can throw that idea out. Now stay behind. I will catch enough fish by myself. Whatever you get as much as you can. I don't want us to be in this situation again. Eleanor and Amukiki were left glaring at each other when Loren gave up on them. Amukiki's inherent competitiveness, combined with Eleanor's possessiveness of her mistress, triggered a war in their minds. They took separate routes to the same waterside location, but they met there just the same. Eleanor had quickly scouted through the forest for berry bushes, but was incredibly frustrated that she only found a few. Amakiki, on the other hand, was waiting in the lake and had already started collecting a pile of fish on the shore. The gladiator only briefly acknowledged her presence before striking the water and retrieving the fish impaled on the spear. Eleanor's jaw clenched. This was not going the way she wanted. Could you just focus on the fact that you're getting food? You're being unreasonable. There wasn't another berry bush in sight, and likely wouldn't be anywhere nearby, at least not enough to trump his pile of fish. So she weighed her options, continue with her plan or find another better food source. There was no doubt in her mind that it was the latter. Eleanor quickly valued her surroundings. Amakiki retrieved even more fish from the end of his spear. A bird chirped and flew away just above her head. She looked up and saw a bird's nest on a low branch, and she smiled to herself. Loren favored eggs. Loren tried jumping, but her fingers only reached the branch. She landed with a thud, so she immediately looked over to see if Amakiki saw her. He appeared to be too focused on fishing. So she tried jumping again and again, but she never got high enough. She stopped and stared at the nest with resentment. Then she tried one last time and gave herself a running start, trying to jump as high as she could. Are you not capable of climbing the tree? What? Her fingertips did graze the nest, and she perhaps would have collected the eggs in her next try, had she not landed so horribly. Her ankle twisted when her feet touched the ground, shooting bolts of pain through her whole body. She exhaled sharply through her nose to keep from crying out. She tried to move her leg, but her attempts to stand caused tears to swell in the corners of her eyes. Not only had she failed to collect the eggs and her berry idea failed, but now she could not even walk back to camp. Are you hurt? Which meant that Amakiki had completely won this round. When was there even a competition? I just do not understand. I'm fine. He exited the water anyway. She cursed inwardly. You hurt your leg. I will be fine in a moment. Just leave me alone. Elna was sure that this was the maximum amount of humiliation any mortal could endure. She didn't need him to point it out to her. Amakiki still entertained walking close to her, but she swiped her hand at him. I don't need your help. Except he wasn't walking towards her, but instead towards his collection of fish, which he pulled over his shoulder. She bit her lip, and her face felt ice cold. I will meet you back at camp. He started leaving the area, and panic flared up in her. She was going to be stuck here, perhaps all night. But she couldn't swallow her pride long enough to ask that man for help. The air felt cold as she sat alone by the lake. She remained there, cursing herself and anything that she could think of, until she finally realized that Amakiki wasn't even going to send someone else back to help her. He was just letting her rot. You said that you didn't need help. You literally told the man you didn't need help. If you tell someone you don't need help, that means you don't need help. Yes, he could have told people when he came to the lake that, she had injured herself or something, but seriously, if you tell someone you don't need help, why are you surprised if no one helps you? I'm so pathetic. I'm better than this. I just need to get up. She used a tree as a means to pull herself up to her feet, taking her weight off of the bad leg. She tested the injury by trying to place her foot flat on the ground. She hissed in pain. Footfalls in the grass startled her, even more so when she saw it was Amakiki again. He paused briefly to give her a bemused look. What? I didn't want to go back yet. She was about to protest some more, but Amakiki walked right up to her and grabbed her. Eleanor shrieked as he lifted her off the ground and carried her in his arms. She wriggled against him, but he did not let her go. Put me down. You hear me? Drop me. I know you don't mean that. She seethed, knowing that she didn't want to be abandoned anywhere, but it felt better to be mad at him than at herself. They continued in silence back to camp. Back to camp, probably. But when they got near enough, Eleanor started to fuss again. Let me down now. Loren cannot know. Makiki seemed to be sympathetic to her plea, because he stopped and let her down gently. Her ankle bothered her immediately, and she leaned against him for support, as much as her mind was screaming for her not to. She eventually managed to stand on her own two legs, proving that her condition was improving already. Amakiki removed his steadying hand from her shoulder, and she just then realized it was even there. Makiki finally parted from her and left for the campfire. The smell of food was strong and sent her stomach rumbling. Small, soft steps led her slowly towards everyone else. She quickly learned to get over her pride when Amakiki's cooked fish was passed to her and she chose to devour it. She felt Amakiki's eyes on her whenever she moved, but in a new way, as if he was concerned. Or perhaps it was just Eleanor's new perceptions of him that felt different. Even if she didn't want to admit it, her views on him had changed for the better. Finally! Yes! Okay, this is what I wanted, game. Just here we go, Lucky Charm. Only by Draco. There we go. Good. Okay, super extra long episode today. But now we are finally done, or finally, but yeah, we're done. So, this was it for today, and I want to continue just doing personal quests for the coming episode, so that's probably gonna take, like, I don't know, how many do we have left? It could take, like, 4 episodes, probably, to get through all the personal quests. So, you know, if you're interested in that. If you're not interested in that, you can skip a couple episodes by now. But yeah. Anyways, thank you all very much for watching. Hope you're enjoying the game, and I'll see y'all later.